Hello, this is my new pad. I'm just doing some work and I thought I better film it really. So what I've got here is well, this was a fitted wardrobe and it wasn't. It's absolute shit. It's just planks of wood, basically just sort of roughly screwed in here. And I thought, well, before I completely get rid of it, I'm gonna vlog it and show you. So yeah, I've taken out some of the panels. I found while I was doing it this lovely hole there where I guess the switch once went, and this bit, let's just rip it down. There we go, that's how we do it. And the guy who was here before did really bizarre things, like this is skirting board halfway up a wall. It's not like coving that goes in the tops, it's proper skirting board. So I don't really know why that is up there. I don't know. I'm sure there's other ways of doing it. And a random sign that says Lisa. I don't know what that is. No idea. Yeah, so all my stuff is kind of in boxes at the moment. I mean, here's my bed at the moment. Where is it there? Look at this wallpaper though. Look at that. Is that not just disgusting? That's going. Then through here, everything's in boxes, and this is where I'm going to be mainly living. I'm going to put some kind of filming area in here. I haven't quite figured it out yet how I'm going to have it. I might have it in one of the corners or something. That's it. This is outside. So that's, well, that was the wardrobe. That's on the floor now. And then cookery videos and stuff will be filmed in here. Ta-da! It's a bit dull. I can sort that out. And this is all left from the previous person. So all of that's going. What's lovely, right? A previous person who lived here is left his toothbrush. This is primarily where I'm going to be living and filming my videos. I'm not living in here at the moment because it's filthy. It needs cleaning. So I'm actually staying in a building down that way. Hello, I'm back. So several hours have passed since that last bit you saw of me stripping that. I want to get rid of this wallpaper because I hate it. Use enough water. I know this says that's all, but it's actually just tap water in here. It's no bottle. Use enough water. Paper should eventually just peel away. So I'm going to do that. They just put this paper up quickly just to try and make the place look a bit nicer. Unfortunately, I hate it. It's ghastly. Comment down below if you like this paper. Right, so my camera battery died. It's now the following day. I don't know where any of my spare batteries are because everything's still in boxes. I don't know where my charger is, but I have a charger for the camera in my car that plugs into the socket in the car. So I've got a bit of juice in this battery just so I can show you. I've got all the paper off. My spray bottle stopped working for some reason, so I found a wet sponge actually works a lot better. So I've got all that off. There's a few marks and stuff in the wall that I want to fill in with a bit of filler, particularly on that wall. So if, as you can see, if you remember, that's where the shelving was, so I want to fill in these marks. I've got a little bit of filler, so I can do that. So I'm finding it really hard to talk. I've got a bad throat, and it gets quite bad in the evening. It feels like I'm being strangled like that permanently. Also, what I've been doing is I've been trying to work out where to put fridges. So this is a fridge, and it's actually on top of a freezer. They're actually completely separate units. That's a hot point. That's a Matsui. What I've done to stop it sliding is I've got a carpet tile. And as you can see there, carpet tile is actually glued in the corners to the freezer, and this is sitting on that, and that stops it sliding. They're not plugged in yet because they've been moved around so much. I'm gonna just let them wait. I've got no rush to plug them in, so I'll do that in the morning, because you shouldn't plug in your fridge or freezer directly after moving it. It doesn't like it. This is all stuff that's been left by the previous person. Some of it I might just chuck, some of it might take to recycling. Originally I put it all in this bag to chuck, but I was thinking actually some of it I could take to a charity shop. So I'm going to sort that out. I don't want any of it. That's all going. Hello, it's the next day again, and I haven't really done much today. I've been feeling pretty shitty today. I've been feeling pretty crappy all week, to be honest. I've just been fighting through it. I did get some paint, it's in my car. I also bought a broom. So what I'm going to do is sweep up this yard area. Earlier in the video you'd have seen me throw some bits of old wardrobe down here. They've gone now. They're going to actually be reused for something, so they're not going to go to waste. But I want to sweep this area up. Now, because I'm feeling pretty shitty, I'm not feeling particularly strong right now. Like there's like bricks and other stuff. I might move some of them. This block of wood, that is ridiculously heavy. I don't know what that's made out of. Well, wood obviously, but I don't know what type of wood. But it's really heavy. It's too heavy for me to lift on my own. So I'm just going to do what I can with all this crap, sweep it up, and hopefully make it look a little bit better. Alright, that'll do for now. I've got a raging headache. I'm actually currently on 3 different types of different painkillers, and I'm like in a lot of pain. So I'm going to stop for today. Hopefully I'll get a bit more done tomorrow, and I'll see you then. Hello! So about a week has passed since the last little bit you've seen. I've been horribly ill. You probably guessed I was getting ill because every time I filmed I was doing less and less and less each day, and it was just becoming more and more of an effort, and then I just got really sick. But I'm feeling better now. I had some strong antibiotics, a week in bed, thought I was going to die several times, and I'm back in here, and what I was going to do last time was put masking tape around the skirting boards. So as you can see, I need to do that. Now I don't know where my masking tape is. I haven't been in here a week, and some things have moved around. I've got the packaging, so that's helpful. I don't know where the tape is. I don't know where anything is. This place is a mess. I haven't unpacked a single box since I've been in here. I brought more boxes in. So yeah, I don't know where anything is. I've got some brown tape, packing tape. It's not really what I want. So I'm gonna have a bit of hunt around. What I did do off camera, just before I got really ill, the wall had some holes in it, and the skirting boards had some big gaps and stuff, so I've filled in lots of places with filler. I need to sand that down and then paint it, but I just don't know where. It has to be in here somewhere. It's either in here or out there in that room. I'll show you. In here. So yeah, so I'm going to have a hunt around, see if I can find it. That light is useless. I was just thinking I need to turn the light on, and it actually is on. So I need to get a new bulb. I have literally no idea where anything is. Alright, so I found the masking tape eventually. It was actually under my mattress. So this mattress here was on the floor here. Yeah, it was under there basically. So I found that. What I've been doing, I've been scraping the paint off the plugs. I didn't film that because it took way longer than I thought it would. Because basically the plugs had got paint all around them from the old paint job. All the sockets around here, all the sockets, the light switches, everything, and they've all got paint on them. So the guy who painted them basically just went up and down with the roller, paintbrush just went straight over the sockets. So I've been scraping the paint off as best as I can. They're still a bit dirty, but I can clean them up later. It just looks unprofessional, it looks bad. So what I'm going to do is loosen the plugs up. Not going to take them out all the way. Just going to loosen them a little bit, just enough to wrap the masking tape around them, so when I paint with the rollers, It doesn't matter if a bit of paint goes on the masking tape, you just rip it off and the plugs will look fine. I'm also going to put masking tape around the skirting board. I don't have any gloss paint yet, I need to go and buy some. But I'm also going to put some around the edge of the carpet, around all here. Although I need to sand the wall down before I paint it, because the wall's quite rough. Where I've filled in lots of like rough patches and stuff with filler, so that all needs sanding down and making smooth before I start painting. But right now I'm going to do masking tape, and then I'm going to go and eat dinner. It's getting late. Okay, so I've masking taped up this side of the room, so let's have a look. As you can see, all the carpet and the skirting board is done along there. I've done the plug sockets as well, and done all the way around. But normally what I do at this point is paint, assuming that I've done the top. Problem is these walls are so rough. This is basically plasterboard or drywall, and it's been chipped in the past, and then plaster filled it in, and then damaged and filled in, and I've filled in loads of holes and gaps and stuff, and it needs sanding down. So normally I wouldn't bother sanding it down, but it really needs it. If I just paint on top without making it smooth first, it's gonna show up, it's not gonna look good. So I'm gonna have to get some sandpaper, sand down the whole wall. It is rough as anything. It probably doesn't show on the camera exactly how rough it is, but trust me, it is really rough. Okay, so I need to sand all that down, paint that. Then once I've painted the walls, I'm going to move on to the skirting board. So I was all ready and set to paint. I've cleared out pretty much everything from this room now to make it easier. I've still got a table in here which I put a few things on, but that's just because it's awkward to fit through the door and easier to just move around. Anyway, so the walls are all ready, they're all smoothed down, all filled in and plastered and everything's all looking wonderful now. And up here, yeah, you can probably see, there are a couple of bumps. So there's a Velux window up here, and I noticed there was a couple of bumps here. And I thought, I'll just sand those bumps down, just make them flat. They weren't massive, but I thought just a little bit of sandpaper, sand them down, just as I've done throughout the entire room. And then this happened. Great big holes. So basically, something has happened to this. This is basically just drywall, plasterboard, and something must have happened to this when it was being installed, and it's basically been fixed by great big dollops of plaster, and over the time the plaster's gone dry, it's broken up, I know it's pushed against the paint or whatever, and it's bulged out. Something's happened over the years. So when I tried to sand it down to make it smooth, I just ended up with this great big hole. Now obviously if I was to just fill it all up with plaster again, eventually the same thing's going to happen, so that's no good. So I need to fill the gap out with something else, and I'm thinking a bit of wood, wedge it in, cut it at the same angle here, and then get that set in, then plaster over it, and then paint it. This side I'll probably just use a bit of plaster because that side's not too bad. But this side, if I do that, it's just, plaster only works up to a certain thickness. So yeah, once I've got that done, then I can start painting, because everything else is ready. Everything else is ready to go. So I've found a little block of wood. Just need to cut it to the right size, stick it in. I could screw it in, though I've got some no more nails, and there's not like there's only going to be any like forces exerted on it once it's stuck. So I might just use a bit of no more nails, wait for that to dry, plaster over it, and then paint over it. I might just do that. I think that will be good enough. So yay! Just one more thing with this place. Just one more thing. It's just one thing after another. You think it's going to be quick and easy, and it isn't. I haven't even got to the rest of this place yet, and like this is supposed to be the living area. This is like stuff. You know, here's my mattress, which was in the other room, still sealed up. I'm still not sleeping in my own bed. Here's my kitchen, full of crap. I haven't turned those on yet because there's no point. So, oh, and I'm not even going to show you in the shower area. I think the whole thing needs to be ripped out. So anyway, I found a block of wood. It's just a little one, doesn't need to be big or anything. So here it is, just a little block of wood. Luckily there's loads of bits of wood left over, there's junk everywhere. The last guy that lived here, I don't think he quite understood the fact that he'd moved out, because he kept coming back to pick things up. He'd left a lot here and he kept coming back, and we were like, go away, you don't live here anymore. And then he was like, oh no, one more trip. And he arranged for people to come on the 6th of November. They picked up a load of rubbish, but they didn't pick up everything. There's still loads of stuff. They're very choosy. Like, apparently, this wasn't, where's my camera pointing? This wasn't good enough to pick up. And they didn't pick up all the bricks. And yeah, so, hopeless. All right, I'm going to cut this, stick it in. It's a bit wet. It was raining quite heavily last night here. But I'm going to cut it, dry it off, glue it in, then hopefully I can get on with the painting. Alright, so you may have noticed I didn't video a bit, because look, the ceiling is now blue. Now I did actually go into the shop to buy white paint, just normal boring ceiling paint, and that was my intention. And I was looking at them, they had all these different colours for ceiling, and I was thinking, I'm gonna go blue. Because basically the reason is because, like, look how many windows are in this room. I've got one little window here, but this window here, that doesn't even go outside. That just goes into the living area, because this was an outside wall once, and they've built that bit on since, which you can just see through there. So that doesn't really look outside. I've got this silly little skylight here, so you can see a bit of the sky there. But I'm used to seeing the sky from my room. Every bedroom I've ever been in, I've always had like a big window, and I've always been able to just see the sky from my bed. I'm just laying in bed, looking out, and I can see the sky. And I can't do that here. And I suppose if my bed's here, I could look up and look through that tiny little window there. So there's a little bit of sky there, but I don't know, it just wasn't good enough. Anyway, I'm going to do the walls now. So everything's painted. Yeah, the walls are the same colour they were. I like magnolia, but they're a lot cleaner and fresher. They were all over the place before. They were lumpy and bumpy. So I spent ages smoothing them down. They're all done. The skirting board is all painted. All there. The ceiling is now blue because there's like no windows in here, so it looks like I can see the sky. But from this one tiny little window here, you may recall I was saying about this bit, that's all been fixed. So there's no big hole there anymore. This lampshade needs to go, I hate it. I do have my lampshade from my last house somewhere, I don't know where it is. And when I say there's no windows, you're thinking there's a window there, but as you know, that window doesn't go outside. That just goes into the next room, which is still full of crap. I'm going to end this video here. I was going to end it once all my furniture was built, like my bed was back in here and I had everything and it was all looking wonderful. But I've decided this video has taken far too long to make already. And I need to make some other videos. I need to do some film reviews. I need to do some more of my 3-peak challenge training videos, although I've been really ill, so I haven't been doing that. Although I'm better now, because I've got ME, it takes forever for my energy levels to pick back up. There's still a few bits I need to do in here, like this. The last person that lived here got paint all over the windows. I need to get that off. I'm hoping like a really sharp scraper, like razor blade scraper, be able to get that off or something. I'll figure it out. So the shelves are going to go on this wall. So at the moment the wall's looking a bit bland and blank. So the shelves are going to go on this wall. I think I'm going to have the bed here. I know it's got this weird bit here. I don't know what that is. I don't really know. I haven't figured it out. And I've got like this here. I don't know if I'm going to put a light switch there, because I quite like the idea of having my wardrobe here. But then obviously that would cover up the light switch. I could have it here. I don't know. I haven't figured it out. That'll be on the next video, or another video down the line somewhere. I bought a ticket for next year's martial arts show in the UK, so you've got that to look forward to. So there will be some more martial arts stuff, but that's in May and it's currently November, so you've got a few months to wait for that, but I'd try and do some other martial arts stuff before then. Also, My next project is to get this sorted out. The toilet is disgusting. It leaks. Well, when I say it leaks into the bowl, so it doesn't like go over the floor, but a whole tank system of water will empty in about 5-10 minutes. The shower is disgusting. I haven't used it once. I just look at it and I'm like, ugh. It literally makes me shudder. I'm not going to show it to you now. I'll do another video when I'm doing that. I'm wondering whether to just rip it out, replace it, clean it. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. All I know is that I wouldn't want to shower in there. It's rank. So anyway, yeah. Look out for some new exciting videos coming soon. All the usual crap that I make. What do I make? Film reviews, I mentioned that. What else do I do? Challenges, I don't know what challenge I'm going to be doing. I've got a 3-peak challenge coming up. What else? Martial art, karate stuff. Film review I've mentioned. Vlogs. Random vlogs. Yeah, just the usual shit that I make. Yeah, it's all to come. So yeah, I'll see you soon. But now I've got this sorted out, this here, most of all this stuff can now start finding a home, and the video should go back to a fairly normal-ish schedule, I hope. Alright, okay, I'll see you soon. Bye.